सर्वं ब्रह्ममयम् सर्वं ब्रह्ममयम् सर्वं ब्रह्ममयम् सर्वं ब्रह्ममयम् सर्वं ब्रह्ममयम् सर्वं ब्रह्ममयम् सर्वं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयम् 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 सर्वं ब्रह्ममयम्
Good morning, namaskaram. Audio is okay? Audio is clear?
Yes.
Okay. Shri
Audio is good.
Okay. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnur Gurur Devo Maheshwarah Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vasudeva Sudam Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrtavarshiniim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayiniim Ambattvamanusandathami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshiniim Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Pullaravindayata Patranetra Enatvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajvalido Jnanamaya Pradipah Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetraikapanaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gita Mrtaduhe Namaha Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogdha Gopalanandanaha Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta Dugdham Gita Mrtam Mahad Vasudeva Sudam Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Bhishmadronatata Jayadratha Gandhara Nilopala Shalyagrahavathi Kripena Vahani Karnena Velakula Aswathama Vikarna Gora Magara Duryodhana Vartini Sottirna Khalu Pandavai Hrananadi Kaivartagah Keshavaha Paracharya Vajasaroja Mamalam Gidartha Gandhotkadam Nanakyanaka Kesaram Harikadha Sambodhana Bodhitam Loke Sajjana Shatpadairaharaha Pepiyamanam Mudha भूयाद् भारतपङ्कजं कलिमलप्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः ॐ Good morning and namaskaram to all. So we have been discussing Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We are now in the 18th chapter. We completed up to verse number 49. 49th verse. It's a beautiful verse. I was saying that this verse should be memorized by all. Asakta buddhis sarvatra jita atma vigata sprihah Naishkarma siddhim paramam sanyasena adhigacchati. Sarvatra asakta buddhihi. Sarvatra asakta buddhihi. So there is nothing in this world that is mine. Asakta buddhi. Not at all attached with anything. There is no asakti with anything. There is nothing in this universe, in this world, and no object is mine, including this body. Okay? There is nothing mine. That is asakta buddhi. Sarvatra asakta buddhi. Asakta buddhi. Jitatma. Total control of the mind. Vigata sprhaha. Absolutely no desires at all. Whatsoever. No desires at all. Then Jitatma Vigata Sprhaha, then Paramam Naishkarmya Siddhim, that ultimate Purna Satya Anubhavam, Brahma Anubhavam, that is the Paramam, ultimate Anubhavam, Naishkarmya Siddhim, that Brahma Anubhavam, where there is no traces of karma, means no traces of kartrutva. Okay? There is nothing that I am doing thing. There is nothing I am doing. I am not doing anything here. That is the attitude of a jnani. Okay. Karma will happen through the body and mind. The karma happens. The karma happens like how the things are happening in the nature. It happens that way, but there is no kartrutvam at all. Okay. That is Naishkarma Siddhi. No notion of doing any karma. No notion of any doing karma. That is the siddhi here. Naishkarma siddhim, paramam naishkarma siddhim, sanyasena adhigacchati. Sanyasena here means nyasam, renunciation of all the kamya karmas. There is nothing anyone does with a notion that I want something, because vigata sprhaha. There is no desires at all. And naishkarma siddhim adhigacchati. One who attains or reaches that state of Naishkarma Siddhi. So that is the Siddhi which Bhagavan is going to discuss or talk in the next verse. That is why we have to we have to refresh 49th verse. Now 50th verse. Siddhim prapto yatha brahma. 50th verse. Siddhim prapto yatha brahma tathapnoti nibodhame samasenaiva kaunteya nishtha jnanasya ya para. Hey Arjuna, Kaunteya, Siddhim praptaha. Siddhim, we discussed the Siddhi. What is the Siddhi? Naishkarma Siddhi is what we are discussing here. Naishkarmya Siddhim praptaha. The individual who has attained the Naishkarmya Siddhi. Okay. Siddhim praptaha. That individual who attained or acquired Naishkarmya Siddhi, yatha Brahma apnodhi. How the individual, how one attains that Brahma Anubhavam, tatha samasena me nibodha. That please listen from me. Please listen to tatha yatha Brahma apnodhi. How he attains the Brahma Anubhavam. Tatha samasena me nibodha. You listen from me in brief. In brief, you listen from me. Samasena. Ya eva jnanasya paranishtha. That which is the topmost or ultimate jnana anubhavam. Ya eva jnanasya paranishtha. Arjuna, let's learn from me in brief. You learn from me in brief. Samasena, in brief. How having achieved that perfection, that is Naishkarmya Siddhi, the Siddhi, one realizes the Brahman, the supreme state of knowledge. You learn from me in brief. Bhagavan promises this. See, Brahmanubhavam is the ultimate Anubhavam. Okay, experience of the self. That is, we call it self-enlightenment. Okay, and all other, see, experience, we all experience many things here, right? Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandham. With all the 5 sense organs, we have an experience. We experience many things. Pot experience is there. When you see a pot, you have pot experience. When you listen to a music, you have music experience, right? So, a cat, when you see a cat, you have a cat experience. When you touch an elephant, you have a touch experience of an elephant. So like that, we have, through the 5 sense organs, we have various experiences when the indriyas come in contact with an object. But the experience part is same. Okay, so that experience is unlimited, whereas the object changes, right? From cat experience to a song experience to a pot experience, like that, the objects change continuously, which is limited. The objects are changing, which is limited, whereas the experience, the anubhavam, the bodha anubhavam, that is same. Okay, so when the object experience is limited, whereas anubhavam, the experience is bodham. Okay, the consciousness alone can experience anything. The consciousness alone can experience anything. That consciousness is Purna Anubhavam. Okay, that is the Purna Anubhavam, which is unlimited. So, this is what Bhagavan says. I will explain in brief. What is this Brahma Anubhavam? Bhagavan says, in brief, I will explain to you. Listen from me. Hey Kaunteya, you listen from me. Now, we'll move to the verse number 51. 50 we finished. 51. Buddhya vishuddhaya yuktaha dhrityatmanam niyamya cha shabdadin vishayam styaktva ragadveshau vyudasya cha. 52 also. Okay, 51 and 52 together. Vivikta sevi lagvashi yata vakkaya manasaha dhyana yoga paro nityam vairagyam samupashritaha. Vishuddhaya buddhya yuktaha. The 51st verse. Vishuddhaya buddhya yuktaha. Yuktaha means with the knowledge of Tattvam, logical thinking and analyzing and contemplating and understanding the Tattvam, Yuktaha, Vishuddhaya Buddhya. Okay, so the Buddhi, because of the Yukti, the Buddhi has become Vishuddha, Vishuddha Buddhi, Vishuddhaya Buddhya. Buddhi becomes pure. Okay, pure means no ragadveshas at all. By Tattvajnanam, the ragadveshas are removed. Such a buddhi is called Vishuddha Buddhi. So, Vishuddhaya Buddhya Yuktaha. Then, Atmanam Dhritya, the sankalpas, okay, the imaginations, the desires, etc. Dhritya means it is all stopped in the mind. Niyamyacha, the Niyamya means totally under control, one pointedness of the mind. Niyamya, the mind is focused only on bodham, consciousness alone. Shabdadin Vishayan, all the sensual experiences like Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, etc. Shabdadin Vishayan Tyaktva, renouncing, turning inwards, renouncing the outward experience. Renouncing means not at all, not taking it anything seriously inside. When we see, smell, taste, etc., nothing goes inside. The indriyas come in contact and not taking it inside, because these things are not important for me. These are limited, right? So tyaktva, shabdadin vishayan tyaktva, renouncing internally, ragadveshaucha vyudasya, keeping the ragadveshams away, at bay, right? Abandons the likes and dislikes. There is nothing that I like, there is nothing that I dislike. There is no attachment towards anything. Ragadveshauja Bhyudasya. Vivikta Sevi, staying at a secluded place. Vivikta Desi, dwell in solitude. Lagvasi, eating only that is necessary. Yata Vak Kaya Manasaha. Vak Kaya Manasaha. Total control on the speech, on the body, I mean karmendriyas. Total control over the speech, kaya and mind, body and mind. Nityam dhyana yoga paraha, always in atma dhyanam, right? Interested in only dhyanam, nididhyasanam. Vairagyam samupasritaha, okay? Dispassion towards the laukika, sukham, etc. Let us explain this in detail. See, to reach the Brahmanubhavam, to reach the state of complete Shanti, there are two planes in the sadhana time. There are two planes or two levels are there. We have to understand these two levels. This already we have explained all this in the Dhyana Yogam, but here Bhagavan is explaining again. In the 51st sloka, what are the two states? One is the Samadhi talam. The other is the Vyuthana. Vyuthana means when we are in transaction with the world. When anyone is in transaction with the people, transaction with the situations, etc., that is called Vyuthana. Samadhi is in a secluded place, alone, in solitude, one does Nididhyasana. One who contemplates on this Tattvam, Atma Tattvam, all alone, cutting down the sense organs, right? Cutting down the senses, one turns inwards and keeps the mind focused only on God. That is the Samadhi Talam. In the Samadhi Talam, the 51st verse talks about the Samadhi Talam. What is the Samadhi Talam? Buddhya Vishuddhaya Yuktaha. Yuktaha here means logical thinking. Who am I? What is my true nature? Whatever has been discussed through Sravanam, we listen to Vedanta, we listen about the Panchakosha Vivegam, Avasthatraya Vivegam, Drigdrishya Vivegam, etc. All that, whatever we have listened in the Vedanta, right, in Upanishads, sitting alone and contemplating on it. Who am I? Am I this body? Am I this mind? Or am I that consciousness, right, with which everything else is being experienced? Am I that bodham? Right? This constant contemplation, then during the time of this dhyanam, alone, solitude, there will be disturbances coming in our mind. So all those disturbances we have to drop. We have to drop through Tattvajnanam. That is Yukti. Through Yukti, we have to get rid of the Ragadveshas, sitting alone in Dhyanam, meditation. Okay, that is the Samadhi Talam. During the time, staying alone, away from people, away from situations, etc., sitting in, it could be done in our own homes only, or you can go to a secluded place for a few days and then do all this. Whichever way, okay, the idea is you are alone, all alone, you are with yourself, and do this Nididhyasanam, do this meditation, Dhyanam, and find out what are the points, what are the causes of my disturbance, my mind. So when you sit and then do this contemplation, then the mind runs away. It will be disturbed by so many things. Then analyze that with the jnanam, that is yukti. We have to use the yukti. Then what will happen? Slowly all these likes and dislikes, raga dveshas will be removed. It will be removed. So we'll get to two. One is we will get savikalpa samadhi, and then it will lead to nirvikalpa samadhi. Don't get confused or don't get worried about this. Oh, these words are too big words. Nothing like that. Savikalpa samadhi is bringing the mind to equanimity with the help of a buddhi. Bring the mind to equanimity with the help of a buddhi, which is used to analyze. The buddhi is used to analyze what is the reality, what is unreal here. That is savikalpa samadhi. But while doing it constantly, again and again and again and again, the disturbance starts reducing and it will lead to nirvikalpa samadhi. That is in meditation. That is in samadhi state. Samadhi talam. This is one level. That is what Bhagavan explained in the 51st sloka. Now you read, you will understand. Buddhya vishuddhaya yuktaha dhrityatmanam niyamyacha. Totally controlling the mind. Okay? Controlling the mind through yukti. Okay, that is very important here. So yukti should be used. Then shabdadin vishayams tyaktva. Shabdadin vishayams tyaktva. Tyaktva means first cutting down with whatever possible, right? All the sounds and etc. are because you are alone. You are sitting alone. Reduced. All of that is reduced. Then ragadvesho, that is happening inside. The likes and dislikes, vyudasya cha. Okay, that is vyudasya, ragadvesho vyudasya. Keeping the ragadvesham away means dropping of ragadvesham through tattvajnanam. That is the 51st verse, samadhi state. And then the next, the 52nd sloka. 52nd sloka talks about the vyuthana. When one who starts engaged in vyavaharam, in transactions, meeting people, okay, doing whatever they are doing, the swadharmas, etc. When one is engaged in the swabhavajam karma, when one is engaged, that time again this will come up. Ragadveshas might come up again, right? So this is parashpara helpful. The meditation will help during your transaction, and during the transaction, the practice of this dididhyasanam will help in meditation. Okay, these are all paraspara ashrayam. They help each other. So that is the 52nd verse. What is 52nd verse? Vivikta sevi lagvashi yata vakkaya manasaha dhyana yoga paro nityam vairagyam samupashritaha. During Yuthana, mean when we are in transaction, during transaction, one can still get entangled with the ragadveshas. Because of what? Because of the prarabdha karma vasana. Okay, it is the karma vasana only, but that is due to prarabdham, because you can't escape from the swabhavajam karma. You can't escape from that. We have to do our swadharma. We have to do our swakarma. So swabhavajam karma we have to do. Then engaged in that karma, again ragadveshas will arise in our mind. That is called prarabdha karma vasana. That also must be flushed out of the system. Once again. So that also need to be flushed out of the system. So 52nd sloka gives a path to do that. Live a simple life. Avoid unnecessary meetings, contacts, building up more relations, etc. Okay, that all that you reduce and do only swadharma. Whatever is necessary on just duty, doing the duty. Eat little. Eat whatever is necessary for the body. Okay, not dump with junk food, etc. Eat what is necessary, whatever is necessary. Control over the senses, right? Laghvashi. Then yata vakaya manasaha. Total control on the speech. Reduce speech, unwanted speech, reduce. Control unwanted kaya karma. Kaya mean body. With the body, whatever actions are to be done, bare minimum. Reduce it to minimum. Whatever is necessary, that much only we should do. That is what Bhagavan says, Lagvashi yada vakaya manasaha. Vak, speech, kayam, body, manasaha, with the mind also. Do not be anxious, do not think about this and that and all that. Not required. Whatever is not necessary, forget about it. Reduce thinking. Some people will sit and think about the past only. All the time thinking about what did I do during my school days, college days, during working days, I did this, I did that. Do not start refreshing. Don't refresh all that has happened before, because the more you refresh, the more it will come back. Otherwise, unwanted things we will forget. Actually, we have forgotten many things in life. Remember, many things we have already forgotten. We don't remember all the friends' name in our school. Do we remember? We don't remember. We remember only those incidents where it has produced some likes or some dislikes. Right? Some likes and dislikes only, those incidents only we will remember. We will remember only those friends in our school or college or in our workplace, etc. The neutral days where we did not produce any likes or dislikes, we never remember that. So we have to create those moments now. Also, we should not refresh all those moments which had very strong likes and dislikes. We should not refresh it. If you refresh, it will come back again. That is the reason why we should not refresh. So how to do that? How to get rid of all the unwanted thoughts about the past? Stay with some Nama Japam, or chant some mantras, or chant Bhagavan Nama, or read Bhagavad Gita, or study Upanishads, one after the other. Go on studying. Then we will not have time for all other things, right? So this is a beautiful practice, right? So vivikta lagvashi yata vakaya manasaha nityam dhyana yoga paraha. See, nityam, all the time. Then dhyana yoga paradaha. Think about Atma alone. Think about God alone. Atma means Bhagavan. Think about dhyana yoga paraha. Interested only in dhyanam. Interested only in Atma jnanam. Atma dhyanam and Atma jnanam. Know about self. Read again. If one book is over, take another book. If Bhagavad Gita is over, you take Yoga Vasishta. Or you take other Prakarana Granthas, Panchadashi, right? Or many, there are hundreds of books are available. Read that, Atma, which gives us Atma Jnanam. Or other times you read Srimad Bhagavatam, right? Or you take some other Puranas. Or just do Nama Japa. Somehow keep your mind focused in Dhyanam of Atma. Dhyana yoga paraha, Atma dhyanam. Only interested in, this is how we have to practice, right? This must be done. So then what to do with it during Vyavaharam? During Vyavaharam, whatever you are coming in contact, everything is Bodham alone, right? Everything is that consciousness alone. Think that everything is Brahmamayam, Sarvam Brahmamayam, right? That is the practice. So during the Vyuthana time, keep always mind focused on God and do your Swadharma. Do your duty. Ma manusmara yuddhaja. Bhagavan said, no? Ma manusmara yuddhaja. You think about me and do your duty. Let it be war. No problem, Arjuna. Do your war. Your Swadharma you do. But think of me. Ma manusmara. Similarly, whatever karma we are doing, think of God and do that karma. Whatever karma is there, do that. Think of me and do that. Swadharma. Eat very little. Whatever is necessary only. Keep the body under control. To keep the speech under control. And always teach the mind Sarvam Brahmamayam. Do not run after sensual pleasures. develop vairagyam. This helps to keep the mind in Atma during Vyuthana Dasha. Vyuthana Dasha means when transaction, when you are engaged with people and situations. So the Samadhi Dasha, Samadhi Talam, other one is the plane of Samadhi and the plane in transaction, Vyuthanam, during Vyavaharam. So these are the two verses which Bhagavan explained. Now Bhagavan goes to the 53rd slokam that explains the clear state of Brahmanubhavam. 53rd slokam explains the clear state of Brahmanubhavam. For a Jivan Mukta, there is nothing mine. Okay, let us read 53rd slokam. Ahankaram, ahankaram, balam, darpam, kamam, krodham, parigraham, vimuchya nirmama shantaha brahma bhuyaya kalpate. One who abandons ego, ahankaram, ego, balam, power, pride, darpam, then kamam, the desires, krodham, anger, and parigraham, all possessions. Then vimuchya means one who is free from the notion of nirmamaha. There is nothing mine. Okay, nirmamaha. Shantaha, beautiful, Shantaha, who is at total peace and is peaceful, then that individual is fit for Brahmanubhavam. So, Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate, that individual alone is qualified for Brahmanubhavam. Who? One who has dropped Ahankaram. There is no Kartrutvam at all. I am not doing anything here. Everything is, nothing is mine. Right? Then abandons the ego. Things are happening here. Either you think that things are happening here, I am not the doer. Or it's all Bhagavan's. Right? Sarvam Brahmamayam. It's all Bhagavan's. I am not the doer at all. The Kartrutvam, I don't have any Kartrutvam. Then power. Then I have this power, that power, balam, pride, right? We are proud of this and that. The pride is also gone. No desires at all. Kamam is gone. Krodham is not. When kamam is not there, krodham naturally will not be there. The krodham is another form of kama only. Anger is another form of desires. Parigraham, I don't possess anything. Or whatever is being received also is not mine. Whatever received so far in my life is not mine. There is nothing mine. Everything is Bhagavan's only. Inside we are so sure about it that there is nothing mine, including this body. Right? Parigraham, that is also vimuchya, drop it. Nirmamaha, there is nothing mine. Nirmamaha, shantaha, one who is at peace. Why? How one can be at peace? Because there is no anxiety. There is no desire for anything. Karma phalecha tyagam is done. So there is nothing anxious, because whatever has to happen has to happen. We should always remember the fifth factor. Right? Daivam or Vidhi. The fifth factor. If you remember the previous verse, we will know the fifth. Which are the one? Adhishtanam, Karta, Karanam, Cheshta, Daivam. Daivatra Panchamam. Right? So, the Adhishtanam, Brahmam, this is required. These five factors are required for a karma to complete. So, in that, we always remember about the fifth factor, Daivam or Vidhi. So, there is nothing, no anxious about the results of any karma. There is no phalecha, but phalecha tyagam is done. So for that person, for that individual, where there are no desires, where there are no possessions, that will be infinite state. The mind will be at peace. There is no anxiety at all. It's a beautiful verse. Shantaha Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate. Such an individual is ready or is fit for Brahmanubhavam. There is nothing mind, no money, gold, property, relations, and body, etc. There is nothing mind. Even when one is smart and efficient, an individual could be very smart, very intelligent, but he will not use that for personal benefit. Okay, I mean by cheating or by hurting other. This is all this individual is capable of doing. The individual has got all the smartness, etc., but that individual will never, he or she will not use that for personal benefit, to acquire something for self. It will never be used. It will be used for loga samgraham, but it will never be used for any personal benefit. He will not use that smartness, etc. That individual will not do that. Won't act with ragadveshas. Will not act with ragadveshas. No ragam, no dvesham at all will be there in the actions. Even when one is very smart and efficient, won't act with ragadvesha for self, means for one's own personal benefit, for selfish reasons, will not use all that. That is, even if the balam is there, will not use. No desires of any kind, hence no anger will be there. Will not receive anything from others for selfish reasons. Parigraha. Right? And will not have the notion that I possess this and that. And always will be at peace. That is the most important thing. This is the Swarupam. This is the Swarupam of Purna Brahmanistha. This is the Swarupam of Purna Brahmanistha. So beautiful words. Ahankaram, Balam, Darpam, Kamam, Krodham, Parigraham, Vimuchya, Nirmama, Shantaha, Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate. In Srimad Bhagavatam there is a beautiful verse. Parigraho hi dukkhaya yadyat priyatamam nrinam anandam sukhamapnoti tadvidvan yastu akinchanaha tadvidvan yastu akinchanaha yahatu akinchanaha. All possessions lead to suffering. Parigraho hi dukkhaya. All possessions, that this is mine, that is mine, this will lead to dukkham at the end. All possessions lead to suffering. He who is akinchanaha, a non-possessor will have infinite joy and total freedom. Right? What is that akinchanaha? The one who is free of possessions, one who feels I have nothing, I am nobody. I am nobody and I have nothing. That individual alone will experience the infinite. Yad vidwan yastu akinchanaha anandam sukham apnoti. Infinite sukham he acquires. Who? Parigraho hi dukkhaya yadyat priyatamam ranam. Right? This is from Srimad Bhagavatam. So one who feels I am nobody and I have nothing can alone experience the infinite bliss, Shanti. Now we'll move to the next verse. 54. Next sloka is another fantastic sloka. How is this Brahmanistha? Or Bhahya Swarupam of a Brahmanistha? Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma न शोचति न कांक्षति समः सर्वेषु भूतेषु मद्भक्तिं लभते पराम्. ब्रह्मभूतः प्रसन्नात्मा न शोचति न कांक्षति समः सर्वेषु भूतेषु मद्भक्तिं लभते पराम्. This is the Bhakya Swarupam of a Brahmanistha. How one will appear who is in Brahmanistha. Brahma Bhutaha. Knowing Brahman has become Brahman. He is Brahma Bhutaha. Brahma Vida Apnoti Param. Brahmavid apnoti param. One who realizes Brahman is Brahman. How? Aham Brahmasmi. Right? That is one who realizes that Aham, I am Brahman, is Brahman. Brahmavid apnoti param Brahmabhutaha. One second. One who realizes Brahman is Brahman. Then Prasannatma. The Chittam is always pleasant. Right? Prasannatma is pleasant. There is Bheda Chinta is no more there. There is no otherness. There is no feeling of otherness. Then such an individual na shochati. There is no grief, no sadness at all. Na kankshati. No desires of any kind. See, this is the Bahya Swarupam of a Brahmanistha. Na shochati, na kankshati, sarveshu bhuteshu samaha. In all the objects of this prapancham, in everything, even in a mosquito, even in the sun, even in me, even in the other, even in the elephant, even in a cat, or even in the trees or the birds, everywhere, sarva bhuteshu, in panchabhutas, everywhere, one who sees samaha, seeing that Brahman Vastu alone, seeing that everything is God alone, that guy, that individual, param, that ultimate mad bhaktim labhate, he attains the para bhakti, that uttama bhakti. See, in Bhagavatam there is a verse, prakrita bhakti, madhyama bhakti and uttama bhakti. That is para bhakti. Prakrita bhakti is one who sees God only in images and idols. That is Prakrita bhakti. Prakrita bhakti is not bad. Please don't misunderstand. Prakrita bhakti is a very good state, but it is not the ultimate. Then Madhyama bhakti. Madhyama bhakti is one who sees God in images and in idols, also in devotees. One who sees God in devotees as well as images and idols. That is Madhyama bhakti. Uttama bhakti is this, Sarveshu bhuteshu samaha. Everywhere he or she sees only God. Bhagavan alone exists here. That is para bhakti. That bhakti, param mad bhaktim labade. That individual acquires the para bhakti towards me, having becoming one with Brahman. One who realizes Brahman becomes Brahman. That Brahman, he is serene, neither grieves, he is always pleasant, right? He is peace, quietude, always his mind is quiet. Equanimity is there, peace is there. Having becoming one with Brahman, he neither grieves, na shochati, then na kankshati, no desires, and remains equally disposed towards all objects. Samam pashyati. Vidya vinaya sampanne brahmane gavi hastini shvanijaiva swabhageja pandidaha samadarshinaha. Pandidaha. Who is pandidaha? Who has got panda is pandidaha. Panda means brahmajnanam. Pandidaha samadarshinaha. They see even vidya vinaya sampanne brahmane, in a learned person, then brahmane gavi, in a cow, gavi hastini, in elephant, everything. That is what. And in dog, as well as who eats dog meat. Everyone, everywhere, one who sees vidya vinaya sampanne brahmane gavi hastini shvanijaiva swabhageja pandidaha samadarshinaha. They see only samam, God alone in everything, every object of this world. The same thing here, sarveshu bhuteshu samaha. That guy alone get para bhakti, uttama bhakti. So he gets the supreme, that is the supreme devotion. That is para bhakti. Okay, that is the para bhakti here. So here jnanam and bhakti becomes same, becomes one. There is no jnanam different from bhakti. Yeah. Yatra yatra, so how to see this Brahman? Yatra yatra manoyati, Brahmanas tatra darshanam. Wherever the mind goes, when you close your eyes and think, there also the mind goes, right? There also sees Bhagavan alone. When it opens his eyes, then he contacts with the people, with for various transactions. Yadonnu kanmadada Narayana Pradima, Yadonnu Kelpadada Narayana Srudigal, Yadonnu Chaivadada Narayana Archanagal, Yadonnadokka Hari Narayana Namaha. Everything is Narayana alone, Brahman alone. Whatever, wherever, whatever you are seeing, the mind is there, a sense organ is there, you are seeing something, Brahman. It is God. You are hearing something, Brahman alone. So when we think like that, what will happen? A dog's bark will not be different from a song from someone. It will not cause any likes and dislikes in us. Right? There will not be any aversion towards anything. You smell something, let it be the fragrance of a flower, or let it be the smell that is coming from a shit. Whichever it is, it will not cause any aversion, because yadonnu kanmadad, everything is wherever the mind goes, Brahmanas tatra darshanam. There will not be any likes or dislikes. Right? We have aversion towards certain things which is coming from our own stomach. We have aversion. It is coming from our own stomach. It is coming from our own food, but we don't like it. We have aversion towards that. Why? It is because we don't know the truth. That is the reason. Right? Okay. So during sadhana time it might appear a little different, but at the final stage, jnanam and bhakti are the same. Jnanam is the knowledge that sarvam brahmamayam is through proper yukti, right? Shruti yukti anubhavam. By listening to the Vedanta and using our logic, thinking, yukti and experiential knowledge. That is jnanam. It is same as bhakti, devotion. Because when you see everything and everyone as God, that is parabhakti. That is what parabhakti is. So there, bhakti and jnanam are same. Initially, it might appear differently. Jnanam will be different. This is a jnana margam. The other is a bhakti yogam, jnana yogam. All these differences we will find in the beginning stage only. But when it merges at one point only, both are same. Jnanam is bhakti and bhakti is jnanam. Okay. There cannot be without jnanam, a bhakti, parabhakti is impossible. When you see Krishna in everywhere, that is jnanam. When you see Shiva in everywhere, Shiva in everything, that is jnanam. Right? So that is same, because jnanam also says the same thing. Sarvam brahmamayam, everything is Bhagavan alone. It is the same. No difference. Jnanam and bhakti are same. Then 55th verse. So 54th verse. Brahma bhuta prasannatma na shochati na kankshati samas sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labhate param. Having becoming one with Brahman, that individual is pleasant at all times. Chittam is always pleasant, prasannatma, and neither grieves, no dukkham there, not a drop of dukkham over there, neither grieves nor desires. Na kankshati, there is nothing, no desires whatsoever, remains equally towards all objects and attains the supreme devotion towards me. He attains the parabhakti towards me. 55th verse. Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yaschasmi tattvataha tato mam tattvato jnatva vishate tadanandaram. See, all these verses are, it's good for meditation. Nididhyasana is good for meditation. Bhaktya, through bhakti. What bhakti? Parabhakti, which is explained in the previous verse. See the connection. The parabhakti, samaya mad bhaktim labhade param. That parabhakti, one who attains bhaktya, with that bhakti, bhaktya, through that bhakti, parabhakti, mam. Whenever Krishna says mam, it is Paramatma. He is talking as Brahman. Bhaktya mam, Paramatma, me, through bhakti, tattvataha, in truth as truth. Parabhakti, through parabhakti, mam, tattvataha. He knows me as truth. Satyam. Knows me as that tattvam. Tattvam means here Atma. Through bhaktya, through bhakti, through that parabhakti, mam tattvataha, yaha, who knows who I am very clearly, who knows me as tattvataha, yaha, yavancha asmi. He knows me as infinite. Mam, he knows me, Paramatma, as how big I am, how infinitely big I am. Abhijanadi, he knows clearly as experiential knowledge. Means I am that Sarvavyapi, Sarvatnyaha, Sarvashaktaha. I am that Sarvatnyaha, I am that Sarvashaktaha, Sarvavyapi and Sarvatnyaha. Abhijanadi knows me clearly as experiential knowledge it is. Tadaha, then afterwards, mam tattvataha jnatva. After knowing me in reality as truth. Tattvataha means knows me as Brahman. That is what Tattvataha means, Atma or Brahman. Tattvam means Atma. Knows me as Tattvam. Tattvataha jnatva. Okay, after this experiential knowledge. Tad anandaram, after that, immediately, tad anandaram means immediately. Vishate, he merges in me as one. Vishate, Vishate means he merges in me as one. That is Jiva Brahma Aikyam here. Vishate, merges in me. See, tad anandaram here, after that, immediately. See, how much distance is there between you and yourself? No distance, no space, no time. It is immediate. Anantaram here means no, the tad anantaram means after that. After that means not after so many days or so many janmas, etc. Now and here. Immediately, Vishate, you merges in me. The moment you know that you know yourself, the moment you tattvamasi, you know, tattvamasi, tatttvamasi, you are that Brahman. The moment you realize the truth that I am not this body, I am not this mind, I am that Atma, Aham Brahmasmi. That clarity when it comes, immediately, it is instantaneous. Then the time that is necessary is to get rid of the ragadveshas. The impurities have to be removed. That is what we are doing by sadhana, this, that and all that. Through which only the ananda can be experienced. Right? But knowing it, it is instantaneous jnanam. But time is required to remove the impurities through karma yoga, etc. So, this Vishade, here Vishade means Jiva Brahma Aikyam. Jiva Brahma Aikyam means I realize myself as Brahman. I am not this Jiva. What is Jivatma and Paramatma? Jivatma is one who realizes that, one who understands that I am embodied in, I am in this body as Chaitanyam. That is Jivatma. Jivatma is the Chaitanyam is trapped in this body. One who thinks that way, you see, that itself is a very high level. Okay, people think that I am this body only. Even people don't realize that I am Jivan. Aham Jivoham. That itself is a very high level. People think that Dehoham. It has to be shifted to Jivoham or Jivan. I am that Jivan. And that Jivan is Brahman. It's like a pot is there. Okay. Inside there is space. Inside the pot there is space. The moment the pot is broken, is the pot space is getting merged with the Mahakasha, the main outer space? No. The pot space is ever merged. By the breaking of the pot space will not get merged. The pot space was ever merged, is ever merged. See, suppose this is a pot. Assume this is a pot. I am moving the pot here, right? Is the space also is moving along with the pot? When I am moving the pot here, is the space inside the pot also is moving? No. The pot is moving in space. What does that mean? The space is there outside the pot. The space is there inside the pot. The space is there in between also. Through and through the pot there is space. So when we move a pot in space, the space is not moving. The space inside the pot is not moving at all. Only the pot is moving. So when the pot breaks, does the space inside the pot merges with this? No. It was always merged only. It is the wrong assumption. It is the ignorance that thinks that this Jivan merges with Brahman. The Jivan is ever merged. Jivan was always Siddhaha. We are all already enlightened. Only problem is we don't know about it. We have to understand this, we have to know it and remove the likes and dislikes, raga dvesham of the mind to be removed. The mind has to become pure, that's all. When the mind is pure, aham brahmasmi naturally will be felt. We don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. Whatever we have to do is remove the raga dveshas. Make the mind pure. So, bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yaschasmi tattvataha tato mam tattvato jnatva vishade tadanantaram means immediate. Tadanantaram means immediate. There is one beautiful verse in Gaudapada Karika, and then we will stop. Tattvam adhyatmikam drishtva tattvam drishtva tu bahyataha tattvi bhutas tadaramaha tattvat prachuto bhaved tatvad aprachuto bhaved. He or she sees tattvam inside, tattvam adhyatmikam drishtva. He sees Brahman inside, outside also. Tattvam drishtva tu bhahyataha. Outside also tattvam only. Tattvam means Brahman. The world is tattvam. Inside adhyatmam. I am also Brahman. Outside me also is Brahman. Means sarvam brahmamayam. Remember the space, the pot space and the outer space, which we discussed. Tattvi bhutaha. Tad aramaha, he knows the tattvam, and aramaha abides there in delight, and tattvad aprachyuto bhaved. After that, from the tattvam, that individual never falls back, never comes back, right? Never falls back, because once that is clear, there is no coming back. Once the dukkham is gone forever, it will never come back. The disturbance will not come back. There will be no grief. That is a promise. So, always will be at peace. With this, we will conclude today. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ हरिः ॐ तत्सत्। ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु।